fair to say that's the job done. Arsenal 4, Leeds 1, ladies and gentlemen. Bang, bang, bang. Man City, whatever you can do, we can match you. And where do I start, man? Instant match reaction. We got the job done. First 20, 30 minutes, right up until the penalty. It was one of them jiffy kind of starts to the game that we haven't really seen this season too much. Normally we've been kind of, exploding in the beginning of the game, but it is where it is. Leeds, they were determined to put, some sort of game plan that would frustrate us. And of course, with a new manager, that was always going to be something that they wasn't going to come here and just fold, even though obviously they're coming to play against the mighty Arsenal. Bang! Woo! We didn't even, cool. So, boom now, Gabriel Jesus. My brother, Gabriel Jesus. For some reason, I feel like he looks a little bit smaller, but he's not obviously smaller. He's just, I don't know, maybe it's the way he's wearing his kit or kit size or something. It just looks like he had more of a presence about him prior to his injury. But he's obviously come back from injury now. He's starting to, see more games, and he's starting to start games. And Mikel Arteta was talking about how he sees the hunger in him, and he's absolutely sure that he's ready now to hit the ground running. And today was the day where we saw him just wiggle in and out, switch between him and Gabriel Martinelli, just doing a madness up front, just confusing them and just being his annoying self, and just kind of doing the Brazilian thing until eventually he does it so much and he tries so much that he gets the penalty through some, scintillating play that we've seen him do since he's joined Arsenal. And we get the penalty. I knew he was going to just go straight through the middle, because I know, and you could kind of see that he's not playing with full confidence. But man, it still takes balls, and it still takes a lot of bravery for you to say, you know what, yeah, cool, I'm going to take it. Odegaard, you just hold that spot for me, my captain. What a beautiful performance by Odegaard. I can't, yes, no goals or whatnots, but, and I know some people are going to say maybe he should have done a little bit more in pockets within the game and moments within the game, but he was there in the crucial moments. Anyway, going back to Gabriel Jesus, for me, I just think he was man of the match, just because of how he won that penalty, and just because of essentially from where we was in terms of the beginning of the game, and the type of gameplay that Leeds was executing, right up to the point where obviously the game changed and we managed to get control and managed to start to express ourselves because we scored the penalty. And then obviously the second goal, man, this is what I'm trying to say. Once you score first goal, you start to kind of get that confidence, that on the field sharpness. It's all subconscious now. You're not consciously thinking about it. So that's what we saw in the second goal. Him subconsciously, spontaneously getting into striking positions, getting into positions that you've seen him do when he's fit and he's playing at his best. And, you kind of saw the relief. Now, all of this is going to add towards his confidence. You saw in that celebration the relief, like, yes, open play. I scored from open play. Trossard, my goodness. I said it in my previous videos. He is the most impactful signing of the January transfer window in the Premier League. I think it's fair to say now. I'm going to try to go through some stats here, but how many assists is he on now? Let's see, because I told you what, he is starting to, I don't know, there's going to be some sort of award or something. Something's going to have to happen, because he's creating such an impact. He's just tenacious. He's quite short, so he's got low center of gravity. He's everywhere. He was on the left, he was on the right. And this is what I said, that front three is so fluid. Even when you take out Bukayo Saka and you rest him and you put someone like Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, it's so fluid. They all switch, and eventually the Leeds back line, or the back five, back six, back seven, back eight, whatever it was, they couldn't contain it. And yeah, okay, cool, maybe we needed a penalty to kind of get us, but these are things that, these are situations that you see. Arsenal wasn't really about it in previous seasons, to break a deadlock kind of type of game, on a difficult game. We're going to have someone do a magical thing, and then we get awarded a penalty, and the penalty is converted. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We're seeing it this season, man. My days, bro. 72 points on the board, 29 games played. This is peak. 9 games left. Ugh. For me personally, my man of the match is Gabriel Jesus, again, because of the importance of the goals, when the goals were scored, at the time the goals were scored. But all round great performance from the boys, you know, of course, taken right up to the minute that the penalty was obviously conceded and we converted. It was jiffy. Some of our players, they didn't really look like they, you know, it was all kind of international break jitters and stuff like that. First goal, of course, always helps to calm things down, and you know, it just helps to ease the nerves. And then we started playing football, and Ben White, my guy, Benny Blanco. This guy, you know, man, I said it. He's he's officially a fully, you know, elite fullback. There's no more centre back in it. There's no more. Is he gonna go back to a centre? That's it. Because the way how, you know, just his physique alone and the pace that he has, and the way how he's tenacious in a tackle, the way how he's brave in a tackle, the way how he's brave in a transition, and you know, he knows how to run in behind. It's such an incredible thing that Mikel Arteta did with Ben White, because I tell you what, you know, season upon season, if he continues in that right back position, he's gonna be. There's no way that he's not gonna be in that England setup. I think the whoever ends up, you know, if my man keeps his job in England, or if England have it, they will eventually have to bring Ben White into the England setup, because he is one of the best right backs in the league right now, probably the best, you know. Partey did his thing as well. I like the fact that he's Mikel Arteta was rotating him and you know, taking him off when we look like we're gonna more or less win the game. But you know, Partey doing what he does. Zinchenko again doing what he does. I like the fact that Zinchenko has got rid of the little mistakes that he would make here and there in, you know, in previous months, giving the ball away in silly positions. But it looks like he's got rid of that. You know, he's much more careful on the ball. Of course, you know, the goal conceded was kind of, you know, bounced off him, but that was unfortunate. No one's, you can't really blame anyone. I think they should have closed him down much earlier. But the moment we don't have Partey in the midfield, I just feel as though there isn't a player that can cover the ground as quickly to be able to kind of, you know, avoid those situations. Jorginho is not the guy. He's not like he's half-hearted in a tackle, but he's not fully in it. He doesn't stick his leg out because he just doesn't want to get injured, or he just feels as though that's not his game. You know, he doesn't have to play like that. But I watched the game carefully. You know, it's just that goal. If Partey wasn't, I feel like he would have just covered a bit more ground, and maybe would have seen somebody get a leg to it, or just through the positioning that he would have been in, somebody would have been able to be closer and just block it outright. You know, just make sure that they do enough to entice the player not to take the shot. But yeah, man, all round, we got the job done, guys. 72 points on the board. In terms of match stats, I've got the stats here. 67 possession for Arsenal as opposed to 33 for Leeds. 13 shots, 6 on target. Leeds have 5 shots on target. Leeds in the first half, they tried to do a thing. They really did try to do a thing. You know, it was giving me Bournemouth vibes when Bournemouth came to the Emirates, and they had players that I thought were going to start, you know, crucial players, important players like Bamford. I don't know, obviously, in terms of, you know, his fitness or anything like that, but I thought as well maybe they missed a trick there. Maybe if Bamford had started, that first half would have been slightly a bit more different when they were applying the pressure that they were applying. But all in all, it is what it is. Somerville is a good player. You know, they've got one or two good players in their squad, Leeds, and it really depends. That situation for the relegation zones is a mad thing. Like, all of those teams in the bottom half are suspect. They can all drop. They can all get relegated. It's literally crazy. Crystal Palace getting a crucial win today. I think it kind of puts them just as the sort of top of that pile to be able to maybe escape. But everyone else is it's a madness, bro. Leicester City, Leeds in 16th, Everton 17th, Leicester City 18th, West Ham 19th. Southampton's definitely going down. There's no hope for Southampton. But yeah, man, look at us sitting pretty at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 W's in a row. Woy, people. For those Arsenal fans that still have any doubt whatsoever, please, man. I'm telling you, look, we're gonna win this league. Say it with your chest. Whatever Man City can do, we can do. And yeah, on to the next one. That's what we're on. That's how we're moving right now. It's gonna be a little tricky run. You know, this run that we're gonna go into now is gonna be slightly a little tricky, little dicey, little 1 or 2 tricky games, 1 or 2 games that you might think, oh, okay, it's gonna be easy, but it might not be easy. You know, we've got Liverpool next, of course, 9th of April, then West Ham, and they're fighting for their lives. You know, they're not gonna go down easy. Got good players in West Ham. Southampton after that, bottom of the table. You think, oh yeah, roll over, but we know that's not how it works in the Premier League. Trust me. Man City after that, that's the big one. Then we got Chelsea, then Newcastle, Brighton. Literally right up to May the 20th, Nottingham Forest is where you can kind of say, okay, kind of back to not no pressure game, but yeah. And then obviously the final game after that, which is Wolves. So yeah, man, this was an important result. This was a super crucial result. We keep that 8 points gap, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus is back on the score sheet. I think it's important for him, to get his confidence up while we go through this period. I didn't think that Saliba's situation was serious in terms of his back injury, but look, Rob Holding coming in, slotting in again, doing amazing, playing really well. I think he had a good game. 1 or 2 little iffy-ish moments, but I think he's slotting in perfectly, to be honest with you. And I think he's already got that cohesion from before with Gabriel. And yeah, Gabriel again, a titan. All of the guys played good. Ramsdale early in the game, literally first minute or whatever it was. Great crucial save to keep us, to maintain the scoreline 0-0. Gabriel Martinelli, I can give him the man of the match because I think he played amazingly well. But I think Gabriel Jesus deserves it. And yeah, all of the guys that came in, just getting minutes, just getting to play football and some crucial playing time under their belt. People like Tini, people like Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira as well. It was good. It was good for Arteta. All round, fantastic home performance. I said I wanted to see the fans have a good time, and the players needed to put in a performance to make the players. How can I forget Shaq as well with his beautiful goals? Oh my goodness! But yeah, man, we move, people. 72 points, 9 games left. Let's